something. They just spent like 2 or 3 weeks out the country. Them boys up to something, they just not just bluffing.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Kenneth Tisdale. Actually, in this video, in this training or whatever, and I'm going to teach you guys how to become relevant online in whatever you're doing, whether it be business, whether it be, being a rapper, a singer, an actor, anything that you're doing to promote yourself or anything that you want to do, to, make it in life or whatever you aspire to do. And I'm actually going to show you how to become relevant online in whatever it is you want to do. So let's move along. You see, most people who get famous online or have lots of success selling their products or services online, when you ask them about how they actually did it, they can't really give you a clear answer as to how it happened. You see, most people, they say, I guess I got lucky, it went viral. Well, to me, that's all wrong. That is all wrong. You see, I believe that anything that happens in life happens for a reason. And you may not know why or how it happened, but there is always a reason, kind of like a beginning and end to every process. That's just like, a freshman, starting off in college and, transitioning over the years, over 4 years to a, college graduate. You see, there was a process of him getting started in school. you know Throughout those 4 years he completed those required courses to help him get to graduation. And you see, that's the same thing that it that kind of it's the same kind of process that you have to have when you're marketing your brand online or your products and services if you're in business. You see, most people trying to make it, online, they lack intention. That's just the main thing. People lack intention. You have to have a process and an end result in mind when you are marketing your brand or business. You see, what I mean by process when you're marketing, I mean by having a strategic system as to how you're going to carry out, your daily, routine when it comes to marketing your brand or business. Like, have an income goal as the end result, for the day. End result, say maybe you have products that, let me see. Let's say you have a product that's $50, okay? And let's say your end result for the day, you want to make $100 a day, okay? Now, all you have to do to make $100 every day is to sell 2 of those $50 products. You get what I'm saying? So when you break things down as simple as having a end result, like a daily income goal, you really start to break down, your business. You don't sit there and just try to push out a whole bunch of products that you probably aren't going to sell anyway. You're going to focus more on selling you're going to focus on more on selling, the products that are going to help you get to your goal. Now, if you happen to sell more, then that's great, but always have a process and an end result in mind when you're marketing your business. Have intention. Now, I get this a lot, from people, who are, entertainers, musicians, actors, singers, or whatever. They always talk about, oh, man, I need to find somebody with some connections, man. I need to find somebody that can put me on. I always hear that. That's the main thing you always hear from people like that. So, but here's the thing. Most people spend way too much time looking for people with connections. You see, you need to stop focusing on finding people who can put you on, because these people are going to charge you boatloads of money just to do that. And to me, the only person that knows you better than anyone else is yourself. only you know you better than anyone else. And that's the truth. So let someone charge you money to market you when you already know how to market yourself. You get what I'm saying? So here's a key to people, that I like to tell people, do the opposite of the 90% and focus more on having people find and seek you out towards finding someone to put you on. You see, 90% of people, they focus all their time and energy finding someone to do the work for them. And what I mean by do the work for them, help them build their brand and tell them how they need to become famous. But when you find these people, all these people want to do is take money from you. Yes, there's some people out there that can help you, but what you have to understand is that 90% of people, so that means there's millions upon millions of people out there wanting to do the same exact thing that you're doing, and you may not get found because you're in the mix of that 90%. You see, 10% of people, what they do is they build their personal brand. And I know a lot of people be out there, they're like, well, I don't know enough about what I need to do. Well, there's a lot of free resources that you can find online and from people who are already doing what you want to do. And they have free resources online that you can figure out what you need to do. That's just like myself. I'm an online entrepreneur. I didn't go to school for any of this stuff that I do, like this webinar you're on, well, this training you're on. I learned all this stuff myself because I wanted to make things happen, and I wanted to make things happen in a big way, like I build websites, I do computer programming, coding, and all kinds of stuff, you know. I learned how to do it myself towards paying someone to teach me how to do it. You see, and here's a little statement that I'm going to talk to people about right now. It basically states that people with connections don't need to be found or seen. You do. And you kind of have to let this sink in because you have to kind of understand where I'm going with this. You see, like I told you before, 90% of people are focusing on finding connections when they need to be focusing on, their self. You see, 10% of people, they focus on getting their selves found. That's why when you look on YouTube, when you look on YouTube and you look on Facebook, you see videos that have gone viral and things like that. You don't see ABC sponsoring those videos. You don't see CBS sponsoring those videos. No, those people did that themselves. And I'm actually going to show you how you can actually do that. So what I'm actually going to do right now, I'm actually going to transition over to Facebook. So I'll see you guys over there. Okay guys, I'm back. This is actually my Facebook page. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get started into this. I'm not gonna waste any of your time. So what you want to do, if you're building a brand or business, or you're an entertainer or actor, the main thing that's what's gonna help you go viral easily on Facebook is basically having a fan page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and transition over to my fan page. And that can be found located up here. You just go to this arrow right here that's pointing down. And then if you have a fan page, what you want to do, they'll be up here. All your fan pages will be here. And if you don't have a page, if you scroll down, it says create page. And you can create one there. But I'm not going to show you how to do that in this video right now. I'm just going to give you a foundation and a philosophy of what you need to be doing once you have a fan page. Basically, this page, it serves as a purpose sort of similar to your primary Facebook page. And what it does is it helps you make things go viral. And see, a lot of people get these pages and they kind of don't know how to use them the right way that's gonna benefit them. As you can see, I posted this picture right here. It's one of my marketing strategies that I use, text message marketing for one of my businesses. And basically, I have not boosted it yet, but if you look below, it says 9 people have been reached, and that's not a lot of people. But like I said, there's a button here. You can actually boost this post right here, and as you can see, let me see something. As you can see, this does cost money. Now, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't have the money to spend. You see, the thing I like about Facebook is that you set your own budget. So you never spend more money than you're comfortable spending. You see, and that's really what I like about Facebook marketing. Things go viral real easy, and I know a lot of people, you may be familiar with this, but basically I'm talking to the people who aren't familiar with this. And this is actually a really good platform. Facebook is a really good platform for musicians, because one thing that I've noticed about Facebook is that Facebook loves videos and pictures. Facebook loves videos and pictures, and people who use Facebook, they love videos and pictures. So if you have a picture, a video of your craft, or maybe you have a mixtape out, you're a singer or a rapper, you have a mixtape out, man, post the cover of your mixtape on here. And what you need to do is, like, this is what I'm gonna show you. Okay, on this side where it says audience, remember I clicked the boost. I'm gonna go back, so I was talking a little bit too much, but remember, click the boost post button. Now, what I like about Facebook is you can customize your audience of the people that you want to see your content. And what you want to do is, if you want to edit that audience, just go to edit audience, and you can name your audience as well. So, because I have a lot of different ones too, so I have to name them because I have different niches that I speak to and different audiences that I speak to. But what you can do is, you can actually customize this post as low as, like me, I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. So what you want to do is you want to change it to cities. And I always put like maybe 25 miles. And say I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina, so I'm going to put Greensboro, North Carolina. And then you set the age of type of people that you want to reach. So I'm going to say I'm 25. So I'd probably do like 23 to let me see, 23 to about 35. And you can make it so that you can only focus men or women, or you can focus both. And you can put an interest. Now say you're a rapper, just put, maybe Lil Wayne. Just type in Lil Wayne. And then you save it. And see, this is actually very, very powerful. Now, because a lot of people's like, well, man, why he do that? You see, when you pay your money and you set your budget, you look right here. With $9, 1,600 to 4,300 people will see this post. Okay? Now, the cool thing about it is the audience of these people right here will be based off of the audience that I set up. So 4,300 people between the age of 23 and 35 who like Lil Wayne from Greensboro, North Carolina will see my post. You get what I'm saying? Same thing if you're in business. Now, if you're building an MLM, maybe you're building an MLM business, okay? Now, to me, when I'm building an MLM, I like to personally work with people. I like to personally work with people. So when I run ads, I'm only focusing on people in my city because I like to, personally work with people. I like to gain rapport with people, and I like for people to get to know me. So I like to be able to drive to them or them to be able to drive to me. You know what I'm saying? So same thing with their music. I know a lot of people want to be worldwide, but gain the trust and rapport of your city first. You get what I'm saying? Then venture out because once you have your city's trust, then they're going to back you in whatever you do. And also, once you get your city's trust, you kind of create a form of leverage. They're going to share your stuff, and they may know people in other states as well. That's how your stuff is going to go viral. And that's the same thing in MLM. You see, you gain the trust of the people in your city, just a group of people in your city. They let them find people that's in other states. You just focus on this state. Now, I do market outside of my state and city, don't get me wrong, but when I'm doing like stuff like this, I kind of that's just me. I like to work with people that are going to be able to actually see me and interact with me and really get the opportunity to work hands-on with me. And so that I can work hands-on with their business. So that's just me. But yeah, this is a real good way. And what you want to do, you can set your budget here. You can all the way from $1,500, and if you can actually choose your own budget. So let's say you got $100,000 to spend on marketing. If you got $100,000 to spend, I think the limit is 33,000 per day. Actually, I don't think there is a limit, but yeah, if you got $100,000 to spend, the more money you have to spend, the more people you're gonna reach. So I always stress that if you're making money in your business, always put that money back into your marketing to help you scale up your business, because the more people you reach, the more money you're gonna make. So that's just the way I look at it. So, but yeah, that's a good way. This fan page to me is the most powerful way.